Ngayon, sa harap ng National Museum, pag-uusapan natin or ipapanganak natin ng isang series na kung saan magbe-benefit ang lahat ng tao, lalo na yung mahilig makipagpardagulan sa internet. This is Pinoy Extreme, and this is the first episode of How to Argue 101. Let's do this!
This is Pinoy Extreme.
Okay, una muna, what is an argument? Ang isang argumento ay nag-uumpisa sa disagreement or hindi nag-a-agree ng mga tao doon sa isang single point. So, ang mangyayari is maglalagay ng point of view yung unang tao, and yung pangalawang tao would disagree on the first person. Tapos, yung pangalawang tao ilalagay or ilalahad naman yung opinion niya kung bakit hindi siya nag-a-agree doon sa sinabi ng unang tao. Or si person A, sabihin na natin. So, in short, yung argument consists of two incompatible ideas. So, ibig sabihin, if A is true, then B is false. Vice versa naman, if B is true, then A is false. Hindi pwedeng maging pareho at the same time yung dalawa. So, yan ang umpisa ng isang argumento. Ang isa sa example ng isang argumento, one, there is life on Mars. And then, yung sabi naman ni person B, no, Mars is a lifeless planet. So, dalawang idea na magkaiba and hindi pwedeng maging totoong pareho. Another example of disagreement. During the SONA, the president is wearing a white coat and tie. And no, the president is wearing a black coat and tie. So, two different statements, and they cannot be both true at the same time. So, yan na yung umpisa ng isang disagreement or argument. So, since buo na yung disagreement, yung argument naman is yung way ng isang panig para i-convince yung kabilang panig na mali yung stance nila. Okay? So, again, ang pinupunto mong mali doon is hindi yung tao mismo, kundi yung argumento nung tao. And paano mo patutunayan yung argumento mo? Pwede kang gumamit ng mga ebidensya na magkukos ng doubt doon sa stance ng kalaban mo. Now, asserting your position is different from arguing your position. Kasi if you're just asserting your position, inuulit-ulit mo lang yung nauna mong premise doon sa pag-argue nyo. Like for example, nakikipag-argue ba? No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. Nakikita nyo na, hindi siya yung way ng maayos na argumento because paulit-ulit nyo lang yung previous premise nyo, and it's just like, alam mo yung pang-asarang bata na lang. So, you need to bring forward supporting materials, and hindi siya argument if inuulit-ulit mo lang yung initial assertion mo or you just simply deny truth of what your opponents claim. Now, yung argument sa life on Mars at yung kulay ng damit ng presidente during the speech have one thing in common. They are about facts. And yung mga ganong klaseng arguments can be solved by supporting documents, which is nowadays very available with the touch of a finger sa smartphone or sa computer. So, hindi siya katulad dati na kailangan mo pang mag-research sa library para makita mo kung ano ang available evidence for your argument. Ngayon, pwede mo na itong malaman by going to the internet with a very little effort para makita yung facts behind your arguments. So, kung available naman pala ang facts over the internet, bakit marami pa rin hindi maayos makipag-argumento? Well, maybe they are confused as to what should be the nature of argument. It should be, or the goal should be, progress and not winning over your opponent. And by arguing your case with the goal of having a progress, you will consume knowledge like no other. And you will be best friends with truth. Now, every disagreement should start with a little bit of agreement. Exactly naming what you disagree about para hindi siya mag-grow into something very generic and very wide. Kailangan yung pangalanan kung ano yung pinag-arguhan nyo or disagreement nyo para malinaw. Now, second is to find out why you are having this agreement. And we can come to an agreement about what it is that we are hoping to get out of this conversation. Para at least, again, malaman natin kung gusto mo lang bang magpa-stroke ng ego, kung gusto mo lang bang manalo, para at least hindi ka na dapat pagsayangan pa ng panahon. So, maganda yung technique na yun because it forces the person na gusto lang kumontra, na gusto lang i-inflate yung ego nila, or gusto lang manalo. Because they are going to be pinned to ask or to answer the question, why are they arguing in the first place? Now, second important thing to remember when you are trying to argue is that you should know which argument to challenge and which argument to let go. Kailangan mong tanungin sa sarili mo if this is necessary to resolve in order na magkaroon tayo ng progress doon sa argumento na ginagawa natin. Well, if not, is challenging that argument going to help us make progress on the overall issue? Now, bakit natin kailangan gawin yon? Para syempre, mapigilan yung pagsasayang ng energy ng oras sa mga arguments na wala namang ikabubuti or ikaka-progress nung idea na pinagtatalunan nyo. Now, isa pa to sa magandang gawin every time that you are arguing. In order to be heard, you have to listen first. Now, how should we listen? It is for your best interest to understand the opposition's argument as they would understand it. Kailangan mong ilugar yung sarili mo doon sa utak ng kaargumento mo para malaman mo or maintindihan mo kung paano nila naiisip yung mga argumento nila. Now, it is not in your best interest to twist the meaning or take it as the worst para i-capture lang yung fraction ng argumento nila. Because hindi nila mararamdaman na you are arguing in good faith. Kaya wag na wag nyong iti-twist yung sinasabi ng opponent nyo. I-take nyo siya as strong as possible para at least makita nyo yung lengths ng argumento ng kalaban nyo. And nang sa ganon, yung argumento nyo doon sa kaso ng kalaban nyo would be 1 step, 2 step, 3 step ahead para hindi ka nila mabutasan ng argumento. Now, what do I mean by that? Minsan kasi, like during in an argument, nagkakaroon ng light bulb yung kalaban mo and then they are suddenly going to say na, ang argument mo is for the weaker side ng argument ko. And here is the better side ng argument ko. And then, tsaka sila magbibigay nung argument nila. Now, kung napag-isipan mo na nga yung argumento ng kalaban at pinalakas mo na at na-cover mo na lahat ng side, malamang alam mo na rin kung ano yung sasabihin mo doon sa panibago or yung posibleng argument na ilabas ng kalaban mo. The less talent they have, the more pride vanity, and arrogance they have. All these fools, however, find other fools who applaud them. Now, enter the bad faith arguer. Ano ngayon yung bad faith arguer? Sila yung mga taong gustong-gustong kumukontra, gustong-gustong nakikipag-argumento, lalo na doon sa mga taong hindi kapareho ng idea or beliefs nila. And worse for that is that they are not going to argue in good faith, meaning they are going to use every tactics in the book para lang pagmukain kang mali kahit na gumamit na sila ng iba't ibang klaseng logical fallacy. Ngayon, sa next episode, i-discuss natin ang different logical fallacies. And this is Pinoy Extreme. Thank you and have a good day.